Welcome to Pod Ties. It's your boy Taylor.
And you already know who it is. We got Jevan here.
And we got our very special guest today, Ali.
Bhura.
Bhura.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Not a problem, not a problem. How's your day going today?
Pretty good so far.
Pretty good.
Getting exciting now.
Yes,
excited to be on the podcast?
For sure.
Yeah.
Dope. We're excited to have you
That's
here.
good. I
excited.
appreciate it.
All right, so tell us a little about yourself.
Well, like you guys introduced, my name is Bhura. I own a business, Clearwater Cleaning Solutions. Been in business 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
Local residential and commercial cleaning company to service here, Calgary, Edmonton, and surrounding areas. So that's what I'm up to these days.
Yeah, awesome. How would you say you got started into that? Like, what was your introduction into that?
I actually, to be honest,
Tell us the story.
met a guy when I had just moved back from Edmonton after running my car wash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sat with him at the bar at Cactus Club downtown. Him and I just got to chatting, and he owned a cleaning company. Brought me on to basically run his operations. After I did that for about 3.5-4 months, I decided probably not the best for me to work for someone. So I started my own company.
Yeah.
And here I am, man.
Yeah.
Trying to build my empire.
Yeah. What was the transition? Because you're saying that you were working. Did you owned your own car wash?
My family owned a car wash, and
wash.
I ran it in Edmonton for 8 years.
Oh wow.
And then you lived in Edmonton.
Yeah, for 8 years. Yeah. And then basically moved back to Calgary after, some I guess you could say personal things with me and my ex. Moved back to Calgary, and and here I am.
You are.
Okay, cool.
Shit, and you're doing your thing. I can't even.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to. It's a grind for sure. Can't say that it's not, but I think so far so good. Can't complain.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. Well, since we're talking about Clearwater Cleaning, why don't we jump into our sponsorship of the day?
Yes. Clearwater Cleaning Solution is a locally owned commercial and residential cleaning company who specializes in commercial cleaning from shared workspaces and commercial buildings to medical clinics, retail stores, production facilities, and high-rise building maintenance. And they also just got done with their Name the Mascot competition, and the winner of the name was C-Dub. And congratulations to Samantha Bone for picking that name and winning the 5-hour free cleaning. And that was an awesome suggestion, and thanks to everyone else for giving their suggestions as well.
C-Dub. Make sure you guys check them out on Instagram at Clearwater Cleaning on all social media platforms.
Yes.
It's actually Clearwater Cleaning Solutions,
Clearwater
but
Cleaning Solutions.
That's
for the
why
correction.
that's why I do the announcements, but that's awesome. But so we're here to talk. This episode's called Building an Empire, so
we pretty much want to just talk about the process of building an empire.
Sure,
the hardships, what was good about it, what's hard about it. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So basically, for me, being only in the business 3.5 years, having my family being so integrated in business, I think that's where I picked up a lot of my skills from.
Okay. So you probably learned a lot of skills of doing your...
Yeah, for sure. I think on a day-to-day basis, it's all obviously trial and error, right?
Yeah.
For me in this business, I guess, I always believe that you can only learn so much if you can only learn if you do all the jobs that your company has, right?
Yeah.
So when I started my company, for example, I used to clean myself. I cleaned a restaurant, I cleaned an office space, because then only can you understand what your employees, your cleaners, or your office staff actually go through, right?
Yeah,
so building a business, do you think it's important to be a jack of all trades per se?
Like when you say jack of all trades,
specialized with knowing every ins and outs and all the corners of that business.
110%. I don't think you can succeed without doing that.
Yeah, because for example, I know some people that they start a business and they are specialized in a certain area,
right,
and then they hire other people to do the areas that they're not good at.
Well, for sure. So I think that both schools of thought can work, right?
Yeah.
I, for example, am good at operations.
Okay.
A lot of people say that I'm good salesperson as well because of my personality, but I don't believe that, right? So my operations in my company is lock solid right now.
Yeah.
All the systems and processes we put in. when it comes to sales, I think that you need to have a strong team in order to succeed and bring in more and more business,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I do believe that you need to have people that basically your yin to your yang,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So my manager, for example, is my backbone of my company.
Okay.
She basically runs my company on a day-to-day basis while I'm doing a lot of the operational things that we need to worry about on a day-to-day basis, right?
Yeah.
She handles a lot of the clients and I handle a lot of the cleaners.
Yeah.
So that's my yin to my yang, basically.
Was there a point in time where you were the only one that was doing all of these
For
things?
sure, yeah. When I started my company, for sure. And you know, when I started my company, it was bang, 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 bang. All these contracts came in, and I found myself doing a lot more than I could handle.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the beginning, you don't have the cash flow to bring someone on, and then there's a time and a place, right? There's a breaking point where you can only really do so much.
Yeah.
So that point came last year where I was like, I can't handle this anymore. I need someone, and that's why I brought her on.
Yeah, and just kind of building that relationship with that person.
Yeah,
and
you know, and
trust them
for
as well,
sure. Yeah,
right?
because at the end of the day, it's my bread and butter,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And she,
It's your baby,
Yeah,
right?
it is
Yeah.
for sure. This company is my baby. It's
Yeah.
my retirement, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so, you know, I've come to the point where I said, no, I gotta trust someone, and trust is such a hard thing,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
when it comes to money. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Clearwater Cleaning Solution is not it's my company, and I'm the brand of the company, right?
Yeah.
I'm the face of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't allow someone who doesn't work very hard or doesn't believe in the
Yeah.
company to run my company.
So then, how would you find someone that is that perfect fit for that situation?
It's very hard. And it took me.
Did you have a process of how you
yeah,
went about that?
Yeah, I had a process of hiring. And to be honest, I got her headhunted because I couldn't find the right person for myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got a company to headhunt her, and they found her for me. And
Awesome.
to be honest with you, when I talked to her on the phone because of COVID, we couldn't meet. I felt that she was the right person for me.
Yeah.
And,
So you saying that, do you think that is a smart way for other business owners that are starting out their own stuff to go about that if they don't know how to find their own person?
You know, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I think to each is their own, right? For me, I'm a risk taker. But I'm also not money conscious when it comes to, all right, if I got to spend $5,000 to do something, I know that I can make that $5,000 back somewhere else because of the time I have. I'm not an older person in the business, right?
Yeah.
I didn't start a business in my late 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
I'm still in my 30s, right? So really, I thought that, hey, I have the ability to maybe lose this money and try to find someone good.
Yeah.
And if I don't, maybe, okay, I'll try again.
Yeah.
But I got lucky. So, and then to be honest with you, in business, it's not all about hard work. Some of it has to do with luck.
Oh, for sure.
And
for
I
sure.
got lucky for sure.
Yeah. So what would you say were some of the biggest risks you kind of took that you kind of were just sitting there like
Honestly,
yeah,
we're not depending on my family anymore.
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
kind of breaking yourself
Yeah, breaking
away
myself
from
away
that,
from there.
just-
And not all of that is not all of that is my doing. Obviously, some of it is my family saying,
Yeah.
all right, I think it's
Time to-
leave the bird's nest,
yeah,
dude.
like tough love
for
almost,
sure, yeah.
right?
And, and tough love is the thing that's really allowed me to have my business and live the life I live now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because to be honest, I wasn't always able to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So,
right, yeah. No,
that's very
for
awesome.
Sure, that's awesome.
So, for me, what I've realized in this world right now, man, is a lot of people think there's a get-rich-quick scheme or a get-rich-quick YouTube tutorial.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't, for me, I'm a new school thinker with an old school mentality.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is, yeah, I believe that you need to market your company in social media and all this kind of stuff. But I believe that hard work and putting the time and effort and elbow grease into your company is what pays off at the end.
Yeah, not giving up just
Yeah,
because something gets hard.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Being
And
able to-
I don't really, it's crypto this and crypto
Yeah.
that right now. I don't really believe that I have the ability to get rich quick.
Yeah.
For me, I've always believed that I got to work my ass off in order for me to achieve what I want to achieve. And like I said, it wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
And that's how it is now.
Yeah.
But I've always had that mentality to say, all right, because I've seen it with my family, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I believe that hard work is where it is, and that's how you make that's how you make millions, not, you know,
Hopefully
like
this,
hoping a prayer, you know what I mean?
Sitting on YouTube,
Yeah,
watching
I
tutorials
don't. Yeah,
of
and you know,
what
and
you can
obviously there
do.
are people who've done it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
Jake
yeah.
Paul, Logan Paul, all these
Yeah.
people who are on YouTube, and that's how they made their millions.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't think that's for me.
Yeah.
In retro, that's not for me.
That's
right?
what it comes down to, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not for you. Like some
Yeah.
people win the like lottery, and like some people just have to like work their whole
Yeah,
lives.
and don't
like, you
get me
know?
wrong.
Yeah.
I believe that I am blessed.
Yeah.
and without question. But I still have to work hard. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, It's, you don't just get spoon fed.
No, I don't. Not anymore, at least.
So speaking of working hard, what's your opinion on working for free at the beginning of your career?
I still work for free. Like,
Okay.
you know, my company, yeah, you know, I take money for some certain things, but overall, I'm still working for free.
Yeah. So I get a lot of people telling me, "Hey, you shouldn't work for free. You shouldn't work for free. You should know your worth. You should know your worth." But at the same time, I think it's a balancing act.
Yeah,
The way that I see things is that you have to work for free sometimes just to propel your business and get to a certain level.
Bigger picture kind of thing.
For
where you
sure.
wanna be.
So really, at the end of the day, how was I supposed to afford bringing a manager on if I'm taking the same amount of salary as she is, right?
Exactly.
So I look at it as you got to work for free, because at the end of the day, it's your equity that you're putting into the company, right? It's your time, and that's what it comes down to. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, time is money.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how I looked at it. Is the time I'm putting in is I'm gonna reap those rewards in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
So taking money in the beginning right off the bat. How's your company ever gonna be able to blossom and
Yeah.
grow? That's what I believe.
No,
Some
I agree
other
with
people
you.
might think something else, but for me, that's how I'm building my empire. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds
I think
amazing.
people don't really realize that too. Like the difference between having your own company and then working a 9 to 5 is that you literally don't make money unless you go out and get it, right?
Yeah,
Like-
110%.
Like you're not eating unless you're going out and making those
Yeah,
deals, right?
yeah.
You don't just show up.
No, like
And
and that's
clock in,
and that's
you
the
know, like-
difference between people. Some people can work the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And some people own a business and work their butts off.
Yeah.
For me, I can't work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take orders from someone
Yeah,
else because my ideas are different than everyone else, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I built my company.
Yeah.
So basically, breaking away from my family
Yeah.
was, okay, hey, this is me doing my own thing, implementing my ideas. Because the school of thought of my dad versus me
Yeah.
are two completely different
Oh,
things.
for sure.
My dad wants me to work. But if I work, how am I supposed to grow my business? I can only take it so far.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I manage my business instead of work for my business,
Yeah.
then there's two different things.
Yeah.
I always believe you run your company. Your company
Yeah.
doesn't run you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
So that's
yeah.
how I am building my company.
But
right
you
now.
also kind of have to take that step back and kind of take those like little hits here and there.
Oh,
like,
for sure,
you know,
and
to
that's
pay
but that's
for,
you know at the end of the day that's with
But-
anything though,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's just life in general.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
you're gonna there's gonna be bumps in the road everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah, with
Whether
anything.
that's business, personal, wherever.
Yeah,
right.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you talk about having your own ideas with running a business and stuff like that. What is your opinion on having a business partner? Would you advise somebody that doesn't necessarily have all the skills to go out and search for a business partner? Or do you think that's a personal preference? Like, what's your opinion
Yeah,
on that?
I really think it's a personal preference. I don't believe anymore in having a business partner. I believe that there's too many struggles. There's too much headbutting.
Yeah.
Because I might have an idea, you might have an idea, you might have an idea, but whose idea prevails?
Right.
There's too much compromise in a partnership,
Yeah,
right?
that's very true.
And really, that goes with anything.
Yeah.
So I believe that, and it does have nothing to do with money. At the end of the day, it comes down to relationship,
Yeah.
right? Like, for example, if you go into a business with a buddy of yours,
Yeah.
it's very hard because of money, not money, but ideas,
Yeah,
right?
like compromise, right?
But
Someone's
so how
gonna have
much,
to compromise,
right?
right?
So how much are you compromising versus how much am I compromising?
Yeah,
Then it comes down
And
to
it turns
well,
into a competition.
yeah, and then it comes down to how much time are you putting in versus how much time am I putting in?
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
and then
very
it comes down to compensation. Well, if
Yeah.
I'm putting in this much
Yeah.
time, you're not putting in that much time. So for me, no, I don't believe in partnership. I believe in I want to do it my way,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do it my way. Fail or succeed,
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Right, and no one else can tell me, well, we failed because of you did this and
yeah.
you did
So it
that.
sounds
right?
to me you're trying to die by your own sword, not by
100%.
somebody else's
Never,
sword.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's my sword only, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome,
totally.
awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
So, do you have any tips or advice for the listeners of building their own empire?
Yeah, work your ass off, man. You know, everyone wants to get into business. Everyone wants to be a business
Do you think
owner.
that's a fad right now? I feel like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I don't think it's
That's the
Gary
cool
Vee's
thing.
fault.
yeah, I don't
Gary
think it's
Vee's
a
fault.
fad right now. I think that's just life. I think everyone sees the people who have made so much money in their lives, and you look
wanna
at it,
replicate
they
that.
want to replicate it, right? And no one's telling you to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
But you gotta change some parts to
Yeah.
it, right? So, sorry, what was your question again? What was the basic
It was
question?
just
there?
the basic
Yeah.
question was just giving a tip to the listeners on someone that is building their own business and they may hit a roadblock. What would just be one piece of advice that you would give them to be able to propel themselves?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah, don't give up.
like that.
Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, everyone has the capability of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been told my whole life you can't do it. Well, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, when we started, we weren't making that much money. And through COVID, you know, we're gonna hit 7 figures this year, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
That's good for you.
yeah, so like, you know, we're doing well and we're churning and we're plugging along. Why? Because I'm not giving up on it, right? I could have given up a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
When COVID hit, a lot of my clients shut down.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, no. I was like, no, what can we do to pivot the company? So just never give up. That's what it comes
Talking
down
about
to.
pivoting, that's literally my next question. What do you think about innovation? Do you think innovation in a company is important? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's a necessary step for every single company to take?
So when you say innovation, what do you mean? Do you mean technology or
Just
do you
adapting,
Innovating,
like more like
adapting
adapting
to the times.
You have to.
Yeah.
Adapt
You have
to the
to.
times. For
Yeah.
example, a real estate company wants to put their billboards up, but nowadays everyone that's in the passenger seat is literally on their phone. They're not seeing that.
100%.
Even the people that are driving are on their cell phones.
Right.
They don't see billboards. So I don't see real estate agents actually going the social media way. And the way I am, I'm a millennial.
Right, of course.
And I know that social media is a huge platform for
Right.
people to be able to build their business,
Right. Build their
get
brand.
bigger,
for
build
sure.
a brand.
Of course. So for me, I believe, of course, you have to adapt with the times, okay? For me, I wasn't a huge believer in social media.
So what changed that?
Conversations I've had with people, you know, and it took me a long time. I'm a stubborn person. I'm a stubborn
Yeah.
business owner. Like I
Still
said,
have those-
I have my ideas and I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
Fail or succeed, I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to learn to change. Change is not easy, right? So yeah, I had conversations with friends and my staff, and we adapted. We changed. We have social media platforms where we never had it when I first implemented the company. When it comes to technology, you always have to be separating yourself from other companies. What makes me different from you? If you own a cleaning company like I own a cleaning, what makes me different from you? And that's what people look for, right? So adapting and changing and innovating and technology, you need to do it. Because if you don't, you'll be left in the dust,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
And
And
just
that's
like-
really what it comes down to.
Yeah, and just kind of touching on like, you know, just like kind of putting yourself out there and separating yourself, like how important is it to kind of build like a brand, like build a brand that's for yourself, you know?
Well,
kind of-
like I said, for me,
Yeah,
I am the brand.
Yeah.
I am the face of the company, but I can't always be in 100 places at once.
Yeah.
So really, that's where social media and ads and
Yeah.
other innovative or technological things come into play that we can push our brand out there constantly,
Exactly.
right?
And just kind of pushing those same values
Always.
onto your workers
100%,
too, right?
yeah.
To make sure that
Well, at the end of the
everyone-
day, you know what Clearwater stands for? We stand for family.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we are. We're built on a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right? You come work for me, you're like my family now,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
treat you like I would treat my own, right?
Oh, for sure.
Well, I don't believe in employee relationship,
Yeah.
right? I believe in you need to treat your people like your family. No one is above anyone else.
Yeah,
At the end of the
yeah.
day, the company is the company. I may be the owner, but I am no better than my cleaner.
Yeah.
Right? Just because the cleaner makes a lot less than I do, or whatever the case
Yeah.
is, they are the same as me. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're the integral part of my company,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Honestly,
yeah,
I'm really happy that you said that because
Yeah.
one huge thing that I've noticed with companies is the most successful companies that I can see are the ones that have owners that don't think that they're better than their employees.
Yeah.
That they actually don't think that their employees work for them, that you work for their employees.
Right. Well,
do you think that's
Well,
a
yeah.
good statement?
Yeah, for sure. I do work for my employees. At the end of the day, they're the ones that put food on my table.
Yeah.
I may bring a contract in, but they're the ones who are doing the hard work at the end of the day, right? They're the ones who are busting their ass every day, regardless of anything.
Yeah.
You know, and you do work for your employees. You have to be the one to realize and understand that. You know.
Yeah. So, how important do you think building a personal brand versus building a brand for your business is?
That's a
Or
tough
do you
one.
think that ties in
Yeah,
together?
I think they have to be intertwined because, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm Clearwater's brand. I'm the face of the company. You know, I think that they have to coincide and have to go hand in hand because otherwise, if your company is one brand and you're a different brand, then really what's the point, right?
Yeah.
I think that they have to coincide. They have to mesh.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what we're doing now. Is my personal social media is all about my company now, because at the end of the day, really, my company is who I am. Right,
Yeah.
I represent my company when I'm out.
Yeah.
When I do things, when I talk, it's all about Clearwater Cleaning Solutions. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Ali Pura anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly,
So I think that personally, you have to have that personal relationship with your company, where your company becomes you and you become your company.
Exactly.
That's what it boils
and
down
like
to.
those morals kind of.
Yeah, they have to,
they
right?
have to
Because
mesh, right?
if you see me out and about and I act a certain way, your mentality is gonna be, well, that's how his company's run.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
shit, like
yeah.
you know. But if you act right and you act ethically and proper and honest, then you know that's how my company runs too.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's
So
true.
do you think exactly what you just said there is a way of describing culture within a company?
For sure. You set the culture. I set the culture for my company. I set the values and the goals and the culture.
tempo, just
I set
everything,
everything,
yeah.
right? But my people have to buy into the culture,
Yeah.
right?
So what is a way for you to get your employees to be able to buy into that culture?
Honesty and showing how hard I'm actually working.
Yeah.
So my cleaners see me out all the time. I don't just throw a cleaner somewhere and then they never see me again.
Yeah.
Right? We're always communicating all the time.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is an open line of communication is very important with your cleaners. You have to make sure that they have every tool to succeed,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And if they don't, they're not going to believe in you or your company.
And
so then really, what's the point?
And then your quality goes down.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's just like a trickling effect,
for sure,
right?
100%.
All
So
kinda
really,
collapses on
it's
each other,
gotta everything's gotta mesh, and the message has to always stay the same.
Yeah.
Your message can deviate a bit when you're trying to grow or do something, but I believe your message should always stay the same.
Yeah.
You know, like
From day one
from
till
day
the day
one
you
till
die.
the day you go
Yeah.
away, man. That's
I
it.
agree
Don't
with
just
that.
show
Yeah.
up like, hey, like give you this, give you that, and then a couple months down.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. Yeah,
forget
it's
this
got
guy,
to stay the
like,
same,
yeah,
right?
no, for
and
sure.
that's when your cleaners or your employees and your clients and people that you surround yourself actually believe in you. Then,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They believe in the message you're selling.
It's a lot easier to buy into
For
something
sure.
when the consistency is
Is
there.
always there,
exactly,
110%. And you know, people always say, right? Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Your actions have to be a lot stronger than your words.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Well, did you ever have like a mentor per se, or like anyone you kind of like looked up to, or did you kind of just take everything from what you've learned from the past? And
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
brought
I kind of
you know.
picked from different places.
Yeah.
Right? Like I said, my family's in business.
Yeah.
Whether that's my dad or my dad's brother or my mom's brother or my
Yeah.
mom, for
Yeah.
instance, right? I picked certain things
Yeah.
from everybody.
Yeah.
And that's really what's made me the business person I am today.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like no one is, but
No.
I believe that what I'm doing is the
Yeah,
right thing that I'm doing,
yeah.
right?
It's because like kind of like you'd say your family's kind of taught you those like
Yeah.
you've witnessed it your whole
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Probably, right?
I've been
Like,
in it
you've
my
been around
my
your
entire
whole
life. My
yeah.
parents started a printing shop when I the day I was born, basically.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Yeah.
So I've been around it my whole
Yeah,
life.
seen the hustle,
I've
you've
seen
seen
it.
the
Yeah,
grind, you've
for
seen
sure.
how it works.
Yeah.
So
Do you have any
Yes.
other forms of a mentee? Not necessarily meaning another person,
but like
different forms. A lot of people like to go to school. A lot of people like to read business books.
Yeah.
Other people listen to YouTube.
Yeah,
Quotes.
for me, I don't think so.
yeah.
I went to school, but I don't think school really taught me how to build my business.
Yeah.
I think that's just come from trial and error. You know, I read books and stuff about business and stuff like that, but not really, man. To be honest with you,
Just like about doing it, right? Just
yeah,
throwing
just do
yourself
it. Yeah,
in
just
there,
really for me, it's always
Yeah.
just throw yourself in the deep end and hope you
Yeah.
can swim, man. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Awesome.
true. You could read as many books as you want, right? And
Yeah.
you could go to school, but really, when you get into the real world,
Yeah, it's nothing
It's-
like
yeah,
school.
it's a
right?
Shark Tank.
Yeah,
And like, that's
100%.
honest. That's one of the biggest.
It's
things.
it's eat or be eaten,
Yeah,
man. That's
exactly.
it.
That's one of the biggest things that I've been talking about with other people is one thing that I even found myself stuck in is like I want to do this with videography,
Right.
and I would sit on YouTube for weeks, and just learning, and then I realized that I'm just sitting there and I'm only watching YouTube. I'm
Right.
not actually going
Doing
out in the
it.
field and
You have
doing
to do it.
anything.
You have to.
So it's like it could only get you so far.
For
and
sure.
then at the end of the day, it's on you to be able to.
100%. At the end of the day, you got to get your hands dirty, right? Unless you don't get your hands dirty and try what you want to do, you're never going to know.
Yeah, exactly.
You can only watch so many videos and read so many books until you don't get out there and say, all right, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
How are you ever going to know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Straight up.
So you got any final thoughts for the listeners?
Yeah, just, like I said, work your ass off. If you're planning on building an empire and you want to do it, do it. Don't second guess yourself. Because at the end of the day, like Wayne Gretzky says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Yeah.
Shout out the greatest.
So you gotta do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only advice I have to building a business or building an empire. And I haven't built my empire yet.
Yeah.
I'm far from,
you're
but
in the
I'm
process
there.
of
Yeah,
building it.
I'm working my way to doing
You're
it.
building
the
your foundation.
100%.
Foundation.
That's exactly what it is. That's
go,
exactly
yeah.
what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
And it's taking me time, but at the end of the day, once my foundation is built,
Yeah.
the sky's the limit for me, right?
Oh, for
That's
real.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
awesome.
love that, man.
Yeah,
All
awesome,
right, so
bro.
we have a little fun segment that we want to throw in with you
this should be
guys.
exciting.
It's called Overrated Underrated.
All right.
And then you can also name it properly rated if you think it's just
say it's
how
Just
it
like
should
cool.
be.
Okay.
Rated,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
All right, so me and Taylor are gonna take turns throwing
right.
some rapid fire statements at
All right,
you.
cool.
All right, so the first one, dating apps.
Oh, overrated, man. Who needs a dating app? Have a personality, Have some game, man.
I like
There
it.
we
I
go.
like
Okay.
it.
All right. Cactus Club.
Ooh, that's a tough one. You
Right?
know what? I think it's perfectly rated.
Perfectly rated?
Yeah, I think
I'd
it's
say so,
perfectly
too.
rated.
Honestly, I have to agree with that
decent
one.
food.
It gets the job done.
Yeah, it gets the job done, man. It's got good girls, decent food. What more
Sunset
do you need?
sodas.
Drinks?
There we go.
Exactly,
Exactly.
Yeah, awesome, bro.
All right, cryptocurrency.
Ooh, you know what? I think it's overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah, I think so.
Why do you say so?
I think it's hard to say. I think, and obviously there's people who are gonna think I'm a retard
Yeah, but it's
or an
it's
idiot.
your own,
You know
it's
what
your
I
own
mean?
option.
I think that for me, I think it's a get rich scheme quick right now,
Yeah.
and it could be something for the future, and
Mm-hmm.
it probably will be. For right now, I think it's overrated. And yeah, am I investing in cryptocurrency? Of course, who isn't, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's overrated right now.
Yeah.
And that opinion could change in the future.
Yeah.
Come check me in a couple years. I might have a different opinion. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
We'll come check you in a
For
couple
sure,
months.
for sure.
Next
When
podcast.
Ethereum is booming,
But
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
get right
Let's
back
go.
at you.
Let's go. No
You
problem.
might not see this guy.
You might not see me for real.
Alrighty. Russell Westbrook.
Oh, overrated. That guy's a bum. Worst trade LeBron ever made in his career.
Yeah.
All right, the Calgary Tower.
No, overrated. Been to the CN? Been to the
Yeah.
Burj Dubai? Let's get
Ooh,
out of
I've
here.
been to the CM,
Yeah,
but shoot.
right?
Yeah. No.
Get out of here, the Calgary Tower.
University.
University.
Yeah, university.
Underrated.
Underrated. Yeah.
I believe that university may not teach you how to run a business or do something, but university teaches you how to critically think.
Yes.
And university teaches you how to hold a conversation, how to properly speak to someone. Like the way we're having a conversation right now is
Yeah.
more just a couple of buddies hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a different setting, intellectually,
yeah,
university.
intellectual speaking.
My cousin always tells me this. My cousin has built a company, a multi-million-dollar company, and he's always told me I can tell someone who's graduated high school, who's only been in high school, who's had a degree, who's had a master's.
Yeah.
And you sit down with people in my family or especially my sister, the conversation will be completely different.
Yeah.
And that's because she has a master's degree and she's well educated.
Yes.
I think university is very underrated. I don't think people take it as seriously as they should.
Agreed.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's very
for sure.
that's very interesting for sure.
Starbucks.
Ooh, Starbucks I think is perfectly rated.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's Starbucks is perfectly rated.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker per se, but I think it's perfectly rated.
Yeah. What about the YYC nightlife?
Ooh, it's overrated.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not a YYC nightlife guy anymore.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I would say it's underrated. I
Mhm.
think it's overrated now.
Yeah.
There's no good spots to go. Where do you go? Lounge
Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
You know? That's
Yeah.
really all
Catch
you
us
can...
there every Thursday.
Exactly, right?
Thirsty Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Half price bottle of
But-
wine is good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, well, that's all the questions that we have for you for
That's cool,
today.
man.
We really appreciate you being on the podcast.
I
with
appreciate
us.
you guys having me, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the
Awesome.
partnership that we're building here with the
Yeah,
sponsorship
that's
and stuff.
you,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to
Very
it. For sure.
excited. Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get you back on the podcast in about a few months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Let me
See
know.
where
See our progress levels with this.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'm looking forward to watching you guys. I'm excited for the ride you guys are about to start, man. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
awesome.
I'm very excited.
All right, so we just want to
Yeah.
let everybody know if you guys want any cleanings, make sure you guys check out Ali Bhura on all social platforms with Clearwater Cleaning Solutions.
Yes.
And you can check us out on Pod Ties on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can check me out, Jevan Bailey, and my Instagram is JB Visuals with 2 Z's.
And mine is at Sweeter Side Scott. And yeah, you can catch me on Instagram. And yeah, no, this is an awesome podcast.
Cool. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thanks for having
Yeah.
me, guys.
Ready
No
for the
worries.
next one. Pod Ties, Mob Ties, and
Podcast
we
Mob
out.
Ties.